Uh, Stella can't use magic for 3 days without
Ah.
hurting herself.
Yep, she is very exhausted.
In more ways than one.
But she can drink.
She can do that, and that's what she was doing last time we saw her before she disappeared into her room.
Okay, I have. If we're ready to start, Ice wakes up early, so I would like to start.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Is everyone sleeping in the Paragon? In the same rooms that everyone was sleeping in before we left?
If they want to be. Anyone not?
Nope.
Yeah, Mara would let anyone stay with her to get advantage of temp HP.
I honestly don't know what room I was sleeping in, so I'm gonna just go to say yeah and roll with it.
Yeah, so you would have had your own unless you were choosing to share with anyone. It's an entire floor of this hotel.
Okay.
For what Ice is gonna do, I need to know who's in which room when I walk in. So I'm gonna go into the room that I know Mara was staying in first. Who's in there with Mara?
Yeah, so is anyone sharing rooms or are you all on your own?
I think Stella usually shares her room, but for the last 2 nights, she moved to her own separate room.
Oh, were you sharing with Sasha?
I was sharing with Sasha. I usually share
Okay.
with her or Mara, depending on where we are.
Well, I guess that's your call. You're
Yeah,
grabbing your own?
I say she's in her own.
Okay. Mara would room with Sasha then, if they're limited on rooms. Sasha would room with Mara. Other way around. I'm not declaring for Bree, but
Okay. Was anyone else in Mara's room?
Nope.
That's a no. I'm gonna go up to Mara, and I'm gonna draw a mustache on her face.
Rude.
And then the next room I'm going to go into is Stella's room. Stella's by herself.
Yeah.
I'm
Sleep.
gonna go drunk and asleep. I'm gonna go up to Stella and draw whiskers on Stella's face.
Oh my god. Wait. No, my passive perception. I don't know.
You're sleeping. You're drunk and sleeping. Unless Dad makes me roll.
I'm trauma sleeping.
yeah, I think I'd more likely be apt to make both Bree and Stella make a Constitution saving throw. Stella at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, that seems right. Oh wait.
Hey Dan, I have a one question real quick.
Yeah.
So the wings are determined based off of what I chose at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
For flavor, will you let me choose what I want of the 3?
So alignment is interesting because it's a choice that you make, but it doesn't really have. I mean, it has some mechanical things like that where it says based on your alignment. But alignment is more, I think it's a description of your behavior rather than a prescription of how you should act. So, I mean, I don't see I don't see Roos getting bat wings. But
Yeah,
I
that's
think
not-
between butterfly and eagle, or if you have something else in mind, either of those would be valid.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's all I needed to know. It's definitely not bat wings. If he did show up with bat wings, I feel like Ice would legitimately have reason to kill him. But,
Probably.
Okay, cool. Then
I'm not done visiting rooms yet. You don't know what I'm gonna do.
I will reveal my wings when they are revealed in game.
Roll for Kraken wings.
Tentacles.
There's a Kraken on here, so that kind of came to mind. But no, yeah, I'd say you can flavor that as you wish, as long as it's within reason.
Yes. All right. Well, when I reveal them, you tell me if I've gone too far.
Okay. Yeah, so with a 6 and an 8, neither of you notice that you're being drawn on ice. What are you drawing with, though?
I have like, I don't know if it's a pen or like quill or whatever I use, because I had a notebook and I was scribbling in where trying to learn Infernal from Mara. Would it be a pen, a brush?
It would
What about
probably be
Mara?
a pen, but that would be kind of hard to draw with.
I got time.
You might have a brush, though. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll use a brush and ink.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go into Luthien's room. Is anyone in Luthien's room besides Luthien?
Shouldn't be.
Okay. Are Luthien's gloves on?
That's honestly, that's a great question. It's something I never really considered. There is a shrine to Pelor in this town. There's also like a deep, heavy underground, and Luthian has been accosted by people that seem to support Nerul. I believe that's the same city, right?
Yes.
That happened. Yeah, so he probably would not take his gloves off.
Okay, so gloves are on.
Gloves are on.
Oh, this makes it harder. Okay.
Sorry.
On Luthien's wrist, above the symbol of Nerul, Ice is going to draw a symbol of Sonoria.
No
And then,
idea what that is.
yep. And then I'm going to search Luthien and his belongings for the Ring of Three Wishes.
What do I roll for this?
So,
Perception?
Ice, I'm gonna say DM me if it's on your person or on your in your belongings.
I keep it in my pocket, on my in my clothes that I keep on myself. Like I'm not wearing the ring on my finger, but it is with me. It's not like in a bag in the corner of the room.
Okay. So Ice is going to simultaneously have to make a stealth and a sleight of hand. No, wait. Let me stop that.
I feel like a survival is in order.
No, it's more an investigation and a sleight of hand, but then there's also the stealth involved, and then okay. This is really complicated. First of all, Luthien, roll me a constitution for how out you are.
Oh shit. All right. Just a straight up constitution.
Constitution, it would be a save. Okay.
Oh, save? Add nothing to that because it's exactly the same.
Okay. So a 20. And then what's your passive perception?
Also 20.
Okay, also 20. Ice, you're going to have to make a investigation for figuring out where it might be, and then a sleight of hand for trying to take it off him. Okay, you're able to figure out where it is. But Luthien, as you're sleeping, you feel a hand on you, rustling through where you have it stowed.
Roll a survival.
Well, he could
Okay.
make a grapple if he wanted.
I could. I'm not going to make any sudden movements. I'm not even going to open my eyes. No. Well, actually, I wouldn't know who it is that's going through my stuff, would I?
No, you're waking from sleep.
I will open my eyes to see who's looking through my stuff. It's my clothes.
You see Ice Rose.
Wait,
I
does
will
Luthien
say-
have dark vision?
What was that?
Does Luthien have dark vision?
He does not, but you're like right up in my shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like dim light, so you wouldn't. It's you'd be able to make out silhouettes and features, and I mean, like general.
Okay. I will say loud enough for Ice Rose to hear it, but not loud enough to like wake anyone else up. Might be around. I don't know how close the rooms are and how thin the walls are. I will just say
They're stone.
Okay, that's fine. I'll say in regular voice then. Looking for something?
Before I answer, did I get the ring since Luthien
Nope.
isn't? Okay. I'm gonna grab for the ring.
I will try to stop her.
Yeah, so that would be I'm not going to just say it's contested dex because it's already in his possession, so it's not just a straight roll. I'm trying to think what ability would this be? This is one of those things where passive skills that are not inherently on the character sheets kind of comes into play. This, I'm going to say, is technically a grapple because you're kind of at hands with each other. So you're making a movement and it's going to be against Luthien's passive. So that is going to be an athletics versus either a passive investigation or passive athletics, whichever is higher.
Well, my athletics is +9 and my investigation's +5. I don't know about passive.
So that would be 10 plus. So that would mean your passive athletics is a 19, which means an 18 is a failure. Very close, though.
Very close. Luthien is not strong. Luthien got lucky on this, honestly.
Well, he does have those gauntlets.
Yeah. He's not gonna draw a weapon. He's just gonna say, "Ice, stop. Let's talk about this."
I was trying to avoid that.
I know you were. What do you need this ring for? I mean, that's a stupid question. I know vaguely why. Just what the fuck? Just start at the beginning. What are you doing?
I think I need to go home, Luthien. And I know that other people have other priorities. And so I was hoping that the ring would help make up for that.
You were hoping that the ring would make up for other people having different priorities?
No, to make up for, well, not having you guys. Because I need to go, and I don't think anyone's going to come with me. And that's okay. But I think I need to go home.
I won't speak for anyone else, but I would. We have this whole thing that we're in the middle of. I can't blame you. Like, I'm not. If you want to leave, I understand. I'm not gonna stop you. I can't just give you this ring, though.
Why not?
It was a miracle that something really terrible didn't happen the last time we used it. And the time before that, we ended up essentially summoning like a prime elemental onto the material realm, which is something that we're going to have to deal with. It's just not, it's not safe. I can't let anyone, if I could, I would destroy this thing. I can't let you take it. I'm sorry. I want to help you. If there's anything else that you can think of that I can do that would be helpful to you, I'll do it. I swear I will. I can't give you this ring.
You don't trust me.
I don't trust anybody with this. It's not a you issue. It's an issue with this ring. No one. We shouldn't have this.
Okay, but
I
if
know
you're
it's hypocritical that I'm holding on to it, and I'm telling you, not. I know I'm not a better person than you. I know that. Can't give it to you. I can't. Sorry.
don't give him ideas, Dan.
Oh, what did you say? I missed it.
Oh
no.
God.
Oh God.
Luthien, you saw in the basement of the Morgans what I'm going to go home to. Assuming he's not already succeeded in bringing Vecna here. I have to go, Luthien, and I think that ring is going to help.
I mean, it might, but what damage would it do in the process?
What damage do you think Vecna is going to do, Luthien? You saw what happened in the Celestial Realm. They're fucked. The angels have given up and they sided with the devils. I don't want to see that happen here. I don't want to see that happen in my home. Please, Luthien. Oh yeah, Orcus, not Vecna. Sorry, I've been watching Critical Role.
Oh, I knew I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. I heard Vecna. I was like, wait a minute. I know that. Wait, that's not right.
You mean the guy that keeps losing all his limbs? That guy?
The lich.
Yeah, no, yeah, Orcus. Sorry, my bad.
Rose, it's not that I don't sympathize, because I do, but he had help figuring out the wording for something as simple as just bringing you, Silas, and his daughter and his horse back to where we are. We almost didn't even make it in time. I don't feel okay knowing that you will likely have to use this as a last-ditch effort, which means kind of by definition you won't have time properly consider the consequences. It's not a trust thing. It's the nature of this item. I'm sorry. I can't give it to you.
What if I use it to close a portal? How much can that screw up? If it can bring 3 people back across realms with no consequences, what consequences can there be to close a portal?
I have a condition. One condition.
What?
You go tell Stella goodbye, and you tell her why you're leaving.
I said I left my farewells with the party.
You have no idea. You weren't there when we came back from the celestial realm. You didn't see it. You didn't see her face when she realized that there wasn't a way that we left you guys there, that you chose to stay. Ice Rose, you don't understand. It broke her. She thought that you and Silas abandoned her. She cried herself to sleep. You have to tell her. I can't. It's hard enough for me to give you this ring. I can't let you go and do that to her again.
Can I leave her a letter?
No. Talk to her and you explain. She'll understand. She's trying to do the same thing with her own family. She's trying to save the people that she cares about. That's what you're doing. She needs to know that you're not just leaving her.
Luthien, I chose to stay in the celestial realm without telling Stella because I don't think she would have understood.
Maybe not in the moment, but you can tell her that you're leaving and then leave. She will have time to process. If you want this ring, it's my condition. And you could probably just kill me and take it, but I don't think that you want to do that.
That's the only condition.
Condition.
All right, Ice will hold out her hand for the ring.
Talk to her.
It's the middle of the night.
Yeah. Wake her up. Talk to her. That's my condition. Dear Stella, I left. Bye.
I need
That's
to like
100%.
forward during this conversation. It's so distracting. You see Ice kind of like very reluctantly like get up and like walk over to the door. Go into Stella's room.
Ian follows like a good distance behind and quietly.
You gonna listen? Are you coming in?
Nope. Just making sure you go.
Ice will go wake Stella up.
Did Stella already roll a Constitution? Let's see.
I did. It was bad. It was a 6.
He's not going to look in to see the mustache on her face.
Oh wait, no, I think I have whiskers. I don't
Oh, whiskers.
Whiskers.
I have
Yeah.
whiskers. Yeah.
Stella, you are. Oh, you drank a lot last night,
I did.
and
Yeah.
you are being woken up before 2 p.m. or 2 p.m.
Yeah, she sort of like she was sleeping sort of stiffly. And as soon as Ice Rose goes to wake her up, she just kind of like sharply intakes a breath and looks around and then focuses on you.
Thank God she woke you up before you slept all night with that crook in your neck, though, or it would be like aching for days.
Yeah, she just sort of rubs it. Hi.
Hi. I gotta go.
Where? Sorry? What? And she just sort of like sits up, trying to be awake.
I have to go home, Stella.
Okay. I mean, without any of us?
Well, I wouldn't expect any of you to come.
Why
You
not?
You guys have a goal here.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I kind of thought it was, in relation to, at least a little bit to what was going on with your thing as well. Devils and portals and things. But what exactly is your plan from here? Presumably by yourself, because you have assumed that none of us would come with you for some reason.
Well, you guys are dealing with the celestial realm and the devils, and your mother.
Yeah, but she's been down in the cave for my entire fucking life. So, honestly, I could use with a break from thinking about that. I mean, demons aren't much better, I'll grant you that, but it's different.
Ice is just staring at Stella with these like huge blinking owl eyes. Like what?
Yeah, Ice Rose, newsflash. Some of us actually think you're our friend, and, the group decisions, like we talked about before, no, we didn't always get along, should happen, as a group. So if one member of the group doesn't like or has a different idea of how we should approach things or something else that we need to do, then we talk about it as a group. That's how it works. And I'm sure that everybody else will be just as happy or fucking whatever. I'm so tired. To pursue demons and stuff. Now
But
that you're not trapped in the celestial realm, we actually have options. So,
isn't
jeez.
Lara trying to free her patron also?
Only because it has to do with me. I mean, with the village. He's probably our only way to get my mother out of her predicament because of the whole Archangel thing. But it's not like her power is suffering from the fact he's there. He's been there the entire time. Everything is just still, stagnant. Nothing's going anywhere. At least, not any worse than it was yesterday. So if you want to go have your mini mission by yourself because you think whatever you think, go ahead if you want to. But we've been here this entire time, and believe it or not, we care about you. Even if it doesn't translate sometimes, or I don't know how you think. And she just reaches down and grabs the alcohol bottle that she didn't quite finish off last night and starts drinking from it.
You'll come with me.
I mean, not right this second. I did just cast the wish spell. I would prefer. I mean, we can get on the road tomorrow, I guess. After we finish sleeping. I won't be able to cast any spells for a little while. At least that's what happened tomorrow last time. I mean, without hurting myself. So, but yeah, we can get on as soon as tomorrow if you want. We just have to talk about what exactly we're doing, and we need to talk about it with the rest of the party. I can't speak for the rest of them.
I was trying to avoid that.
Well, too fucking bad. You're part of the group now. This is how it works.
This is weird.
Uh-huh. Sometimes you should talk to people about things. I know it's not your favorite way of doing stuff, but you'll be surprised with what people have to say.
Yeah. Fucking A, I need to stop looking at Discord. Oh, well, do you think they'll come?
Yeah, if you want them to come. Frankly, Iceros, I think they're going to be elated because you don't talk about yourself or ask for help ever. So, change of pace, all that. And we'll figure out what's going on with the demons. And who knows, it might be in relation to everything else since, the whole devils get the heavens and celestials are kicked out and demons get the material plane all seem to be kind of interconnected. But obviously, shit on the material plane is a bit more concerning than something in a different plane that we're not on. Did that make any sense?
That made
Shit.
a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just didn't think that any one of you would see it that way.
I don't really know why, Ice Rose, you think that way. Honestly, hurts me a little bit to have you say that, only because it hurts me to hear you think of me that way when I thought we made a lot of progress before. But I also understand that this is new for you. I don't hold it against you. But I would like you to, if you want to, start thinking me as your friend, where you can talk to me about these things. And I know we had our problems in the past, but I hope that, I have improved and, yeah.
I do think of you as a friend. You'll find out how tomorrow.
Huh?
Is there a mirror in the room?
Yeah, this is a nice hotel. There would be mirrors in all the rooms.
Okay. Ice would lead Stella with the mirror, point to her face, and go, "See?"
What the She just kind of looks at it. She sort of shrugs. Her eyes are still very bloodshot and she looks awful. She's like, okay, I'll wash it off tomorrow, I guess. Okay, well, that's good to know. But she just turns around and takes you by the shoulders, just so inebriated and so tired that she just doesn't care anymore. She just looks at you in the eye and says, the only reason that we fought in the past is because you decided to do things without consulting anyone. Not to say that you can't do things on your own, but when you're in a group, you need to talk to the group about the things that you're going to do because, like it or not, your decisions also affect everyone else around you. Okay? So why don't we wait until tomorrow morning? I have no idea what time it is right now. And we will talk about it with the group together. And if you want, I can do most of the talking, but you're going to have to fill them in on what the next steps are. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She just gives you a pat on the cheek. I'm going to bed.
Ice will walk out of Stella's room looking very, very confused.
Luthien, how long did you stick around? Did you stick around the whole time, or did you?
Oh, I'm still sitting in the hallway. I wasn't listening.
Okay.
I was not trying to eavesdrop. But I was
What's your
waiting in the
passive
hallway.
perception?
20?
You heard most of that.
Oh shit. All right. Right, well, I'm just waiting on Ice to act. What's she doing?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's exiting the room. If you're gonna talk to her or stop her or anything before she heads out?
You're just walking out the hallway.
Yeah, Ice walks out and just looks at Luthien and just stares with this like really, really confused look on her face.
Right. Okay. He's gonna call out, not like yell, but say, "Hey, Ice." He's gonna reach in his pocket, take the ring, say, "Do not make me regret this." He's gonna put the ring over to Ice Rose.
I will pocket the ring.
He's gonna go back to sleep.
And I'll wait outside until Luthien's gone. And then go back to my room and pull out the right knife.
Okay.
Drop down with me, Dan.
Okay.
Ooh,
Row.
they're
Secret meeting.
gossiping. They're gossiping. Oh
She's
my
gonna
god.
immediately make a wish and disappear.
I think my favorite version of Stella is too emotionally exhausted to deal with this Stella.
Can I just tell everyone how weird it has been to having the soundtrack to all of this be the second act of Hamilton?
What part are you in right now?
I can't quite tell. I think that might have actually been the final curtain.
I love it.
There's a large, very loud cheer, and now it's very quiet.
Oh crap! I thought I hit mute. Turned off speaker. I just want to point out that that Luthien had the opportunity to give the ring to Roos, but instead chose to give it to Ice Rose.
Because Roos just asked for it. I don't know if you were there, or if you remember, but Luthien and Ice Rose had a backstory moment where I know a lot about what happened to her in the past and why she is so kind of obsessed with demons. So, there's a part of Luthien that resonates with why like he understands why he would want to be able to use a wish to close off a portal that demons are using to invade her fucking homeland.
Yeah. Well, Roos was not asking to use it. He was just asking to hold it. Like
Hold it.
If the burden was too much. Yeah. So I just think it's funny where it ended up. And we're all about to die. That's what's going to happen.
Ian wants to have faith in something, and Ice Rose was probably not the best choice for that. But it's kind of a high risk, high reward scenario, you know.
All right. What was Luthien thinking what that was going to happen in that room? Did he think there would be an emotional moment? Was Stella just turning on Ice Rose like a complete shock?
No, Luthien, he totally expected you to convince her to stay. That was kind of the gambit there. Like I know I wasn't going to say anything to make her change her mind, but you two actually had like a connection. You were, affected emotionally when you thought that she abandoned you. So I figured if she came in and told you she was planning on leaving, you'd be like, "What the fuck? You gotta stay. I thought we were bros."
I thought we were bros. Love it.
I actually, as Ice Rose was walking out, I meant to do an insight check to see if she was leaving to leave or if she was like maybe had changed her mind, but I totally forgot because the problem of a stupid person playing a character that's supposed to be really smart.
No, don't sell yourself short. You'll have the opportunity when they come back if you want to say that you can do that before she leaves.
She's already got the ring, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but before she goes to her bedroom, I'm sure Dan will let you retcon that.
Well, it was going to affect his decision whether or not to give her the ring, but it works out either way.
All right. Morning comes.
Stella gets up, washes her face, and then braids her hair.
So as we established, there's mirrors in all these places. As you go to wash your face, you notice that there are whiskers on your face.
I think I remember Ice Rose telling me something about this. Okay. And she just washes her face, but it's like the slow drunk, still kind of drunk, where you're trying to take care of yourself, but you're still kind of tipsy from the night before. And then she takes extra long because she hasn't braided her own hair in a very long time, and just to keep it out of the way. Okay.
I'm just gonna go downstairs like everything's normal and go get breakfast because
Yeah, same.
Mara would join for breakfast after washing up.
Okay. Yeah, if Mara's going to wash up, she would notice as well that she has a mustache.
She'd just chuckle about it.
Okay.
Lila
So you
and
guys get
Silas
out
go to
there?
meet everyone downstairs too. Or
Yeah.
wherever.
Luthion's gonna be
So
visibly
it's
anxious
not
until
actually
Ice Rose
downstairs.
walks
It's the center room of this top floor. But I get what all you are saying. So Stella, Silas, Luthien, Roos, I assume, and Mara, you head out. On your private bar, they have some eggs, some bacon, some sausages, some nuts, some hash browns, fried in oil to be vegetarian by request.
Ice Rose.
You haven't noticed her yet.
Luthien is going to be visibly anxious until Ice Rose goes up.
Good morning, everyone.
Is it? No, I'm just kidding.
Can you imagine?
Morning. You feeling okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep, just dandy.
I've
Doing
got another
great.
greater restoration. I just don't know if
No,
it's do any good.
don't waste your spell. It's fine. This is just...
It's fine. This is fine.
Yep, everything is fine. We're all fine. We're doing great.
Cool mustache. Cool whiskers.
Oh, come on. I thought I washed it off.
You tried.
Shit.
There's the little halo around. You get the middle off pretty well, but there's kind of the outline of them.
Fuck it. Whatever. Don't care anymore. All right. Where's Ice Rose?
I don't think she's coming.
Hold on. I'm just gonna go look for her.
All right, you peek around, you check her room. Is she there?
Is she there?
Yep.
Holy shit.
There you are. Everybody's waiting downstairs. I mean, they're not waiting specifically for you. They're actually eating breakfast. But, if my memory serves, we're supposed to talk about going to, well, I don't know going to where, but helping you with your, well, not your, it's kind of all of ours. Now, I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit tipsy. Handling the demons. We're handling the demons. That's what we're doing.
Right. Let's go.
Okay. Cool. All right. We head downstairs.
You walk down the 2 steps to the common room.
Steps.
Right. They're really big steps, though. They're huge.
Everything's on one floor, but you guys keep saying downstairs, so
We want
there's gotta be a reason for it.
Little
The
tiny
bar is like
costume.
2 steps lower from all the common rooms.
Oh my god.
That almost sounds like one of those like ballroom type places where you have those like 2 or 3 steps down.
Yeah.
hmm
I was
Just
thinking of a
level
place
duplex.
where my family would always go to brunch. The bar was like 2 steps down, and then all the like seating was kind of up around the perimeter. So yeah, you guys go down the 2 steps to the common room.
Ice will sit as far away from Luthien as she can.
You're welcome for that ring, by the way.
Do you say
Does
that
he
out
that
loud?
out loud?
No, God, no. No, hell no.
You're welcome for that fucking ring, by the way.
Oh my God.
Shade.
No, I know Luthien is a sassy bitch, but no, he's not gonna do that.
Ice, roll an insight.
Oh god. Hang on. I'm not good at this.
You can tell that Luthien's a bit sassy, but
But Luthien is genuinely, like, as his character, he is actually very happy that she decided to stay. That's why he's been anxious. He thought she was going to leave regardless. Just kind of putting everything on Stella being able to convince her because he knew he wasn't going to be able to. He's happy. He's actually genuinely excited that Ice Rose is still here.
manipulation by proxy.
As a player, holy cow, fucking guilt trip.
Well, Stella's emotionally exhausted and does not care about anything anymore. So she just says what's on her mind right now. That's the stage she's in. But yeah, Stella will sit down and say, "All right, everyone, we have a discussion to have. Ice Rose talked with me last night and said that she would like to pursue the kind of situation with the demons here on the material plane before the Celestials. And I think that makes sense given the fact that you two learned in the Celestial plane that there was, this kind of deal between devils and demons and Celestials, that they would take over the material plane, and we've obviously been seeing that in our travels. So I agree with Ice Rose that that's the most apparent threat at the moment. And personally, the situation with my mother and my village has been ongoing for quite some time, and at the moment, there's no evidence, I guess, that it's going to get any worse, aside from what I already know. So I agree with Ice Rose that we should pursue this thread, so to speak, as our next portion of travel. The floor is open to discuss. She just sort of just gestures.
We can close the portal from here, can't we?
Probably.
Luthien's just going to look at Ice Rose.
I mean,
I-
there's got to be a way to do it.
I don't know if closing the current portal would solve anything if they're still capable of ripping through again. I think we need to take it out at the source before we close it.
What's the source?
Yeah, do you know that?
As far as I know, Kaskaroth. He's trying big ugly demon we fought in the basement of the Wardens.
Need for names,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, just as a refresher, because you guys would have discussed this, probably with Ice Rose, but definitely with the Wardens, because this was the memory they had you relive of the people who had fought him last. But he is harvesting souls in an attempt to bring back Orcus, the demon lord of undeath. So he's the one you guys were fighting in the in-person session.
Yeah.
That was that kind of like mind memory fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that probably makes sense. At least with a place to start.
Wait, by the way, is Silas and Delilah here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that Delilah is just so well adjusted after all this. We're just talking about, oh, we just got to close a demon portal so that they
was
can't
just
summon
technically a
this.
slave.
This is
for
probably
people.
the moment that Stella is like, shit.
She's more tuned into this than you guys are. She's lived it.
Yeah.
She kind of looks at Delilah, Stella for a second, being like, "Oh fuck, I kind of forgot she was here." And then just looks at her and says, "Are you all right talking about this? It's okay if you're not."
Oh, no, it's fine. As
Are you
long as you
sh-
guys are helping people.
Are you sure, honey? It's okay if it's still a little hard for you. It's only been like a day.
No, just make it better.
Okay. Okay. Um.
Seeing Stella talk to Delilah, Ice will look at Silas. Are you taking her home?
I'm not quite sure yet. I don't even know why they even took her in the first place. I'm actually kind of curious to see if it's connected.
I don't know. Hang on, I need to shoot off a DM.
Um. On that subject, Stella will turn to Silas and say, "If you're worried about anything, it's not exactly ideal, but we could call upon my father and my village. They have some pretty heavy security, and my father may be an asshole, but he is a very powerful druid. So if you're worried about her protection, which we would never let anything happen to you." And she looks at Delilah while she says that and gives her a little pat on the shoulder. He would definitely help. It's, his duty. But we can talk about that later. Anyway, So how are we gonna find this demon guy?
We go home. My home.
Okay. Are we? I mean, from one half elven to an elven, with a weird secret village. Are we welcome there?
No, but
Okay.
we don't. Well, we're not exactly going to my home. We're going towards it. Last I was there about a year ago, Kaskaroth was Kaskaroth had taken over Moonshay, which is a couple countries away from my home. I don't know how far he's advanced since, but that's where he's focused his efforts for the past 10,000 years or so. So I don't think he's going to leave.
Okay. Great. We should probably we could definitely do that. Gather supplies here?
Ice is looking around the table. What's the rest of the party's reactions to all of this?
It's a great question. I think Luthien was just eating and not really paying attention. That seems very him.
Why all of a sudden is this a not a problem, but what's the word I'm looking for? A concern.
Crisis?
This has always been a concern, but based on the information that we learned in the celestial realm, and Ice is very pointedly not looking at Mara when she says this, the celestial realm is fucked. The devils have taken over, and the angels have given up and gone over to the other side. And in the interim, the demons, as per their deal, are trying to infiltrate the material realm. There's still hope for the material realm. And it sounds like the devils and the demons have an agreement to divide these two planes and just not mess with each other. So we can go and rescue the celestial realm and watch our home burn. Or we can try to stop the incursion from happening here, to stop what's happening up there in the celestial realm from happening here.
Yeah, the thing with my village is a isolated incident at the moment. So it can wait. But if I mean, we've seen it on our travels so far. We've seen demons come through. So if that continues to happen, I mean, I guess we've already seen the symptoms is maybe the word. So stands to reason that they're getting more bold. And that's a problem for everyone. Everyone.
And you think that the source of the problem is at your hometown?
Yes, according to what I gleaned from the wardens, Kaskaroth has been working to open up a portal to bring Orcus into this world. That same portal that we saw in the celestial realm that led to, oh god, I want to say that led to the hells. That's
But
what they're
why
trying
is the
to
celestial
do.
realm a lost cause? Why not we shut down the portal there
We could,
and
but
your hometown?
so we have to pick one. Right now, the devils are already rampant in the celestial realm. The angels are on their side.
But what's to stop them from teaming up and coming here?
There isn't. But this is our home turf. It's not theirs. Not yet.
Let me put it this way, Silas. In terms of battle, the easiest and quickest battle is one of defense, not of invasion. And that's the difference between what we're doing in what we would do with the celestial realm versus the material realm.
I see what you're saying, but the way I see it is we're going to your hometown to fight two force. Well, no matter where we go, it's going to be two forces of evil fighting us.
Not necessarily. It sounds like the demons and devils have divided up the lands, and it's up to each one of them to invade and do whatever they want with the land. That sounds like they had what Jason told me while you were with Delilah was that they made this deal not to interfere with each other. Can they go back on this deal? Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I don't know too much, but I don't think devils and demons typically work with one another. So I think it goes as far as just agreeing not to interfere with each other's plans.
Do I actually know that, DM, if the typical relationship between devils and demons?
Roll a history with advantage because this is related to fiends.
Yeah, Stella's just coming from a place of theology. I don't know, like a place of thinking. They think very differently, and therefore she thinks they do not get along very often.
With a 20, you would know that there's a long history of them not getting along. However, the fact that they even came to what is potentially a non-compete agreement is far beyond what you were ever led to believe they were capable of. It's always been made out as this thing that is a irreconcilable conflict between the two of them. So the fact that even if they're just agreeing to not get in each other way over territory, that alone challenges what you think you knew about them.
Got it.
I get that they have a non-interference or non-interfere agreement, but there's nothing stopping them to forming an alliance altogether, and that is far more dangerous.
And what
Yeah.
happens if we go into the celestial realm, Silas? We try to stop the devils there, and then we fail to stop an incursion into the material realm.
No, you're absolutely right. I don't know a solution. Just talking out the ways of how to best approach this problem.
Yeah, I would say, so, you guys went off on your own and that didn't seem, I mean, obviously it worked out well to a degree, but I don't know if the results would have been any better or much better if the rest of us were with you. So, just considering that powerful beings with a lot of magical power are running around everywhere in the celestial plane, I would rather take my chances on some place we can access here with the people that we have here.
And also, apparently we fought this guy. I didn't know that was real, but we barely made out of that alive.
I mean, we did win, so like,
Barely.
yeah. Stella looks very proud. She's like very like, yeah, we barely won, but like on her face, she's like, we totally smashed it.
So you guys did smash that, but that was a memory from a few hundred years ago.
Yeah, I think it was
Exactly.
like 300 to 500 years ago. Look, I agree, but I think that's our best bet right now to protect our home. I don't see this getting any better by going to the celestial realm and trying to help them. We have an incursion happening here if it hasn't already. I
Can't
do know we
say.
haven't fully taken over yet. We're still
Yeah.
here. It's still
There's still
you know,
time.
yeah.
And we probably need to use it the best that we can. So I would like to hear the rest of the party. How you're feeling, what you want to do. Because this is a group decision.
Bree, are you there?
I am, yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I was slightly distracted.
You're getting some potential questions you might want to check. That was a while ago.
Right. So they're all discussing like which portals and stuff they want to close down, right?
Yeah.
So I'm happy to go along with pretty much whatever.
Yeah, you don't have to respond to that immediately. It's just kind of a question that is being laid out there in the open for you.
Gotcha. I mean, if you have a plan for something, Ice Rose, I'm willing to help out with it.
I don't have a plan, Mara. I haven't been home in over a year. The last thing I knew is that Kasparov took out Sonoria's elite force. I don't know if he's taken over Cromwell. I don't know if he's in Sonoria. I don't know. I know he's there.
I'm going to pull out the mirror and I would like to look at Kasparov.
Okay.
Damn.
I actually didn't think to. No, I did once, I think.
I know it's a long shot, but something.
While you're looking that up, what is Roos's reaction?
Been quiet through all of this.
Yeah, what's Roos
Well,
doing?
You'll notice that Roos has a more or less has a smile on his face. He's feeding Nugget, petting Nugget, listening, nodding, kind of paying attention, but more just like yes, those sort of responses. Is someone asking him directly?
Inside
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, Stella is looking around at each of you who haven't talked yet. I mean, like, what do you think? Please tell me your opinions.
Oh well, I have many opinions. Well, first, I just want to say that I think everything is going to be fine. I just, good signs telling me that things are going to be okay. We're not far away from a potential solution, and just a general feeling of that. I've always wanted to visit Ice's homeworld. I have heard about it in the past. Home land. I have heard about it in the past. I've never been. We probably have a way to get there quickly if that's where we're headed, or where we need to head. And well, I think that maybe it would be best to, as we learn more. I suppose has a good point of defense being easier and quicker. It might be worth looping in more adventurers and potentially standing armies to help with that defense. And that's much more likely to happen defending homeland to sending troops into other realms. So I agree there. And I just in general, I'm up for anything. I feel that Stella's right that things at her house, in her home city are, well, they're not much is going to change. That requires us to be close by anytime soon, and perhaps the only other thing is consideration for James and what we might do there. Maybe he could be of help, but that's a risk. Though I did get a good read from him, feel like he might be trustworthy, but yeah, that's what I would think. It's hard to say beyond that. I'm in general,
Reese,
just a good feeling.
yeah, Reese does have a point. Do you know anyone near the area that could give us a more up-to-date assessment of what's going on in Ice Rose's and around Ice Rose's home?
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you.
Oh,
Sorry,
oh.
this might be an assumption, but you seem
Oh,
to be
yeah,
a man of connections.
Oh yes, I could definitely ask. I thought we were asking Ice Rose. Well,
Yes.
I could. I mean, I could always ask, of course. Your home. Well, I as a player, I don't remember, but the character I would remember. It's Sidonia, right? Ice Rose.
Ice will side eye Ruth Sonoria.
Also, no, Roos would have said it right because he knows it. I
What
just forgot.
direction was that place from again?
Southeast Island. So I will cast sending to my
Oh,
brother.
there's like a bunch of necromancy down there.
Where
That's
is that?
probably not a good
Excuse
thing.
me?
Interesting. I'm gonna cast.
Well,
sending.
Kleegs, my friend Kleegs, who's on his way to Darwinium right now, he just came from there, and he was helping. He gave witness to. He was helping somebody escape like some sort of zombie undead uprising, I think.
Oh shit. Well, that's good to know.
But I don't know like how close that was to your hometown, or maybe it was just like, a necromancy problem.
Do you have a name?
Well, Kleegs told me about this. I can't remember the name of the people that he saved or that he helped. But I could like ask him real quick, and Mara like pulls out her book.
I feel like we're overloading the DM right now.
Or is the DM pulling strings behind the scenes?
So it
How do you spell
sounds
Sonoria? Or
Also, apparently, he said that Hildebrandis is doing really good for himself lately.
You see Ice's eye twitch.
Ice, how do you spell your homeland? Sonoria? How is it spelled?
I put it in the chat in Discord.
so it
Oh,
sounds like the fight is inevitable. Is coming here regardless if we want it or not. The question is, how much time do we have? Because I kind of agree with Roos here. It wouldn't hurt to amass allies and friends to help us in this fight.
I mean, if we can, but there's also benefits in traveling in a small group. This is just coming from a hunter's perspective.
Or a scouting party.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm also thinking what's the term? A tango team to go handle the situation in the Celestial Realm while we tackle the one here. It'll keep the attention of the devils and demons separated and give us a better chance at succeeding at this.
That do you know anyone that could potentially do that?
Or are you just suggesting that we split the party again?
No, I'm saying if we're going somewhere, we go together, but it wouldn't hurt to have another group or several groups aid us in this endeavor.
Well, we could enlist the wardens. They probably would be the best options.
Maybe, and I don't know how much time we have until we get that status of Sonoria, but we could also possibly enlist your hometown for help. I could probably talk to people in my town to help either with supplies, resources, or something to help.
What about, and Ice will lean forward towards Silas. What about your clientele?
Absolutely. Resources.
Would they be the type of people that you could enlist to help with this type of effort?
Anybody that's purchasing war horses are probably the type of clientele that you might want to help in this.
But would they be the type, do you sell to the type of people that would want to help with this?
That's why we need to talk to people.
Can you do that on the fly as we are moving?
Not without a ring of sending or something.
How much longer will that ring take?
I haven't heard a word about it since. Still waiting.
Well, you were just in the celestial realm, so that makes sense. We should probably check in on any things. We might not be back here for a little while.
And
I'm not saying we don't do this. I'm saying we go in better prepared with more resources.
I
Agreed.
agree, but I would also like to start moving given the information about this undead incursion.
Okay.
But I also understand, and her eyes will slide over to Delilah. I also understand that you have a lot
No. This is no
plan
place
for.
for a child to even be. She's been through enough. I will contact my brother and we'll find a way to get her back home.
Are you sure?
Honestly, if we don't do something about it, she won't have a home to be.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want, I mean, just we can talk about Delilah's situation separately if you're worried about her safety.
It sounds like we have a few things to do individually to prepare for this. Do you think we can get moving by tomorrow?
Yeah, that should be fine. Just fair warning. Magic is a little, and she'll just wave her hands due to the spell. But otherwise, yeah, I'm good to go.
Well, we should probably wait until you get recovered. Like, that's exhausting.
I know, but Mara, we did this to you. It's only fair.
We did this to her?
We were on the road when you did the original wish spell.
So
Sorry.
if you spend a full day of not doing anything, it counts as -2 days to the rest. So if you just don't do anything today and then take a long rest again, you'll be out of the woods.
Yeah.
Mechanically
does-
speaking, if Stella wants to portray it separately, but
don't
just
think Stella-
mechanically, if you rest the whole day, you're gonna be fine.
Sure. I don't think Stella herself knows that, but I think everyone at the table, regardless of insight checks, can tell that she's still, like, very, very tired. Bloodshot eyes. Like, she's trying to act normal, but it's very clear she's exhausted. But she'll just kind of say, like,
if you're worried about her safety, we could talk about that separately. Silas, there's places that we can have her for the time being, and potentially bring your brother along or someone you trust to be with her.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Great. So, if there's any business that we need to complete in town, we should complete it today. And then rest up for tomorrow. Assuming that I mean, Mara, are you good with all of this? I don't remember if we got a true yes or no from you.
Well, it sounds like you're okay with pausing the Anihana situation, and I only really found out about my patron because of your Anihana situation. So if we're gonna go investigate some zombies on the way to Ice Rose's hometown, like that sounds like a good way to kind of get some more context for what's really going on.
Hey. I mean, I kind of think in a way it's all a little bit connected to one another, at least a bit, since it all came from the same, I don't know,
But
handshake.
I mean, as soon as you want to go back and deal with the Anihana mess again, we'll go back and deal with all that and, go and talk to James again and possibly get him out of jail.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely deal with it. It's just not the
So if you're
priority right now.
cool with that, I mean, I'd love to see what else is going on.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it.
I should probably check in with Sasha, though.
Yeah, we are going to be leaving town. Okay. Everyone, you have a day to deal with your business. And we'll leave tomorrow morning. And she looks at Ice Rose for confirmation.
We leave at dawn. Let me know if you have any shopping that you need done. I can make a run.
Great. Cool. Meeting adjourned. Good job, everyone.
Roos has some errands to run, but I'll wait in line. But just, I definitely have some interesting errands to run before we leave. If we only have a day.
Okay. I have to step away for about a minute, and I'll be right back.
Luthien has some things he'd like to do if we're rolling out. Maybe go instigate the fucking losers at that Temple of Pelor.
Fuck them.
Terrible.
Kill them all.
Well, relax.
Let's not go to Luthien levels yet. Come on. Oh boy, oh boy.
I am really excited about what I'm about to do with Roos. It's completely flavor, but it is so going to be fun.
I just cannot believe that Ice got talked into staying.
Ha ha ha.
You have no
Character
idea
growth.
how close that was. Like a 1 on a die, and she would have taken off with that ring.
Stell's powerful.
I mean, I knew what I was going up against with like Luthien's, passives and everything, but I was like, God damn it! Freaking hamster failed me.
Yeah, I was half expecting there to be a wish made, and all of a sudden, next Dan would be like, "Well, next session, you're all back at level 9, and Matt's playing black, and
Shit.
Stormblaze is alive."
Fuck.
I mean, Stormblaze is pretty cool, so I would take it.
It's true.
I miss Stormblaze. I'm still waiting for the moment when Black finds out that Stormblaze died. It's going to be very difficult for him.
Oh, no. Just like it was for Stella.
That was his general. Stormblaze is one of the few people that Black legitimately respected and cared for.
Until he took his
Yes.
sword or his axe or whatever.
Yeah, yes, he objectified him and basically used him as cannon fodder, but he respected that about him.
But
I'm back.
Yeah, I will say the two major friendships that Stella has had were Black and Stormblaze, and one of them left and the other one died. So
Oh yeah, Black did get close with Stella. Did you guys catch it? Did you catch it last game that whatchamacallit, Silas's daughter Delilah bowed to Stella, and like as a player, I'm like,
Yeah.
she is a princess. She is
the
a
princess. I know. I thought about that. I was like, God damn it.
But
I was
I
like, oh, if
did
only
say,
Black were here.
I didn't want to
Only
ruin the
Black were
moment.
here.
I didn't want to ruin the moment, so I didn't say it. But I was like, oh my god.
If only Black were here, he would have stolen the wish ring way before Ice Rose
Oh,
could have made
yeah.
a move.
Oh yeah. As soon as he found out we had that, it would have been taken. Yeah.
Well, he might not be too far off at this point in time.
Shit.
Wait, he never knew we got it, right? We kept all that loot from him.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Yeah, he didn't know about the Ring of Three Wishes. I think he learned about the medals because you guys resold all of them out of the portable hole, but that was about it. Like, oh yeah, you guys got a shit ton of like platinum and gold and silver and that, but I think that was
Yeah,
it.
like,
Yeah,
as a
you guys
player,
gave
as a player, I actually really hated doing that to Matt. But like as a character, I just love that we hid all that stuff from Black.
Oh no, he deserved it. I think what was the name of his? You gave him the ruby. Like I think her name was Cindy or whatever. That was all. That's all. That's fine.
Well,
He
I also felt guilty and eventually like gave you the bottle of darkness.
Oh, the never ending.
Yeah, that. And then you also took off with the horseshoes and a saddle, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, Black. No, I think he left.
No.
No, he did take
He
them.
sold those to
He did.
Silas.
But
Yeah.
he left the party with them. Like he left with that stuff on the horse that Ice was riding. Like I put them on the horse and Black left with that. Fucker
Hey.
stole.
Hey, he left you some wagons though.
Yeah, which you guys did not use.
He had 3 of them.
Three
Ice
wagons?
remembers. Ice remembers. She knows she gave him the bottle. She's like, okay, that's fair. But he took the horse that she put the party's saddle and horseshoes on, and she does not think that he has a right to it. So I'm waiting for the time that we come up against Black.
Dan, when you see when Black needs to make an appearance, can you let me know ahead of time because I want the appearance to happen in a very specific way.
Be ready because it might happen soon.
I am ready anytime. Just he will have a carriage, and it'll be his carriage most likely, the one that he made, if he's able to pick it up or have it delivered somewhere. His entrance is going to be very, very specific, and it's going to be amazing. If it works. If it works.
I'll just say you guys are heading in the right direction.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
Black is selling us out to orcas, isn't he?
Black
He's
is
an
doing.
entrepreneur.
Black is making good
He's like
financial decisions.
Is it?
Black is China to like Kasgroth and Orcus is Russia.
Okay, well, Black is making good financial decisions that he thinks are good now, but we're about to fuck it all up.
Well,
Yeah.
before you go to China, you have to go through Iran first. So
There's them too. But yeah.
So, sorry, good. I was gonna say, okay. I was gonna say that I know Justin has to probably get off early, and I'm in East Coast time, so if possible, I would like to do a little shopping earlier rather than later, in case I have to go to bed soon.
yeah, anything you guys would like to resolve tonight? If you guys are splitting as a party, so first I'll say anything you guys want to talk about before you guys split as a party.
Yeah.
When are we leaving?
Tomorrow morning at dawn.
Perfect. Well, I've got a couple things to do then. I'll see you all in the morning, or later tonight, probably before bed. See you in a bit. Anyone else things to do?
Ice will follow Stella. Is Stella going to her room? Sarah not back.
Solo's going nowhere.
Sorry, I was on mute. Can you repeat that?
Ice will follow Stella if she's going back to her room.
Yeah, she'll go back there quickly. I think the only thing that Stella wants to resolve is Delilah, where she's going for her safety, because she did offer her village. But other than that, she's going to go back to her room real quick.
So if that's a priority, you might want to talk about it with Silas beforehand.
Yeah. So before she leaves up to her room, yeah. So my dad is a very powerful druid. He can travel very far distances very shortly. I mean, through trees specifically. I can't do it very often, but he would be able to do it twice, or maybe potentially 3 times. I can't quite remember. So, if you're worried about Delilah's safety, we could potentially go get your brother and or whoever else you want to bring with you to join us here, and then they would all go together to my village, including Delilah, for the foreseeable future while we're adventuring and stuff. And there is magic around the village that prevents anything extraplanar from getting in. So there would be no, teleporting into the village to carry anyone out or anything like that. And my dad's an ass, but I can guarantee he's not going to do anything like that. He has a duty to his people and those who ask for help. So I will personally guarantee your daughter's safety.
Is there anyone else other than him that can do it?
There are some other druids, they're a bit older, that could potentially do it. But because my dad's a pompous ass, he will be the one performing the transportation spell. But if Bruce allows, I know he sends sendings every day. He did meet my Ame, the woman who raised me. So I can, if he's willing, I could also ask him to contact her and just Delilah and whoever you bring will not be allowed inside of the inner village, where everything happened. So I can ask my Ame to keep an eye out for them and help take care of them while they're there. And she's very nice. She's the closest thing I ever had to a mother, so.
Okay, well, I mean, she can't come get her, but I get it.
I mean, it's whatever you want to do. My father won't do anything to them. They're not family, so.
Alright, we can contact your father. And then, I do want Ame to take care of her. I don't want your father.
Mhm.
It's minimal contact as much as possible.
Yeah, no. He's already a pretty distant person, so I can almost guarantee that. As long as I guess we, as long as Ruth is willing, tell him that Ame is going to watch over them, then I think all he'll do is the transporting. He is a very private person.
Okay.
He won't touch them.
That's alright with me. But question. Are you sure you're alright with all this?
Sure.
Why not?
Uh,
Why not stand up for yourself and say you want to save your mother? You've wanted this for so long.
I don't really know anymore. It's all very confused. It's fine for the time being, and I'll deal with it.
And you know, if you need anything, I'm here.
Yeah. But let's just think about your actual daughter, all right? So yeah, I'll talk to Roos and see if he's willing to send the messages today.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Great. Cool. And then she'll just walk up up the stairs to be like, I gotta get these whiskers off my face. And then just head upstairs.
Are you talking about Roos right now or after he gets back from his shopping?
She'll try to catch Roos before he leaves.
Okay.
So before you leave for your shopping, Bruce, Stella will try to catch you and be like, "Hi, I know you say send sendings to your family every day. I'm very sorry to ask this. I have 2 people that I would like to contact for sendings today to make sure that Delilah can be in a safe place while we're traveling."
Yes, of course. Yes, I can send sendings. I have plenty of spell slots, and that's actually one of the services I provide. So, of course.
Okay, great. You remember meeting my Ame in the village?
Oh yeah, she was very nice.
Great. And you remember meeting my father?
Oh yes, he was less nice.
Yes, correct. Great response. So I would like to send a message to my Ame first to say that Silas's daughter and potentially 1 to 2 other individuals would be coming to the outer village to stay for safety due to the devil presence and demonic influence in material plane.
Well, we're going to reach a bit of a word limit issue.
I know. I'm just trying to say
So,
basically their
sending-
circumstances.
Sending a young girl with 2 chaperones for
Yes.
safety from other planes to the village.
Great. That's awesome.
Perfect. All right. Well, allow me to do this. I'm not going to cast it in roll 20 down. I'm just going to check a box. So it's
Yeah,
been done.
that's fine.
Her name was Ame, correct?
Her actual name is Amastasia, but to me,
That will
she's
make it.
Ame.
That will help. Hello, Amastasia. This is Roos, Stella's friend. We're sending 3 people for safety to the village. A child and 2 chaperones.
Tomorrow? She just shouts, like being like, tomorrow. We're gonna
Tomorrow.
send them tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
She
All
gives
right,
you a
well,
thumbs up.
Perfect. Well,
Okay.
let's see if she replies.
Oh, who's coming? I don't know who to tell him to allow in.
Oh, what are the names, Stella? What are the names? Delilah.
I hope it. I hope they know somehow to treat them kindly.
No, we're gonna talk to my dad.
Okay,
Don't
I'll
worry
cast
about
another sending. I'll cast another sending at a higher level.
And say, I said,
We
I said.
will inform Stella's father as well. The child is Delilah, and it will be 2 of her caretakers.
Oh yes, if he's on board, I'm sure it'll be okay.
She said, if he's on board, I'm sure it'll be okay.
Hey,
So
we're
let's send him
messaging him in next. Great.
All right.
Um. So, and you can see she's like visibly stressed about this conversation. So he's a man of duty. A young girl has been affected by the planar invasions.
Mhm.
And as part of solving the village's problems, I need you to keep her and her keepers safe.
All right.
Something like that? Does that make
Okay. Well,
sense?
yes, I'll have to do the words a little bit. So
Do we
Dan,
have
So-
any? Do
so
we have
that
any
was-
more words?
That was 27 or 28 words.
Shit!
well,
But you were
I
not
have plenty of-
casting it. Roos will be casting it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Basically,
I-
I want to say, like, these people are. We need them to go here, but also you need to come to get them.
Yes, I
Essentially.
can arrange that. Definitely, and I have more slots. We can send the spell more than once if need be. Okay. Dan, I am not going to cast sending yet.
Okay.
But I am going to say. Oh wait, first, what is his name, Stella? What's his name again?
Ronimir.
Ronimir. Okay. What's up, Pop? This is from Stella. How does Stella react?
She is mortified.
Perfect. Roos just looks at her with a smile. I'm just joking. I'm not started yet.
Thank God.
His name was Ronimir. Ronimir, you said.
Yes.
just
Ronimir
cast-
Morwen.
All right, casting this as a 4th level. Hello, Ronimir. Message from Stella's party. A young child impacted by the planar conflict needs to be transported by you to the village for safety. End of first message. I think that was 25 words.
I love the use of end of first message.
Yeah, we just need to specify that her and her guardians need to be transported to the village.
So
I'm waiting to hear-
the response will be very clear and firm. Acknowledged, waiting further instruction.
But we need to bring in Silas for the second part.
And she'll just like rush outside of whatever room they're talking in and be like, Silas,
You can bring 2 people. Who do you want to bring in addition to Delilah?
I have 2 people. They're at home right now.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just wherever they are. And who they are.
They'll be Soaz and Samara. However, they don't know what's going on yet. I haven't even contacted them.
We will figure that out.
and she'll just kind of look
Worse endings.
Look at Roos and be like, I'm sorry.
Sorry, was that Soas and
Samara,
Samara?
brother and sisters.
All right. Are we when he just wants further instructions, so I can tell him Delilah, Soaz, and Samara to be
Tomorrow.
picked up tomorrow from Prosperity's Rise?
Well, I don't think your siblings can be here in time, so it'll be 2 pickups. One in whatever village, and then the other one here for Delilah.
Oh, your father's making both pickups.
He's pretty powerful.
Okay, well that's fine. So it'll be 2 pickups, one of Soaz and Samara from where, I suppose? Or sorry, Silas. Where? Just need the name of the village, a destination for him.
Sorry, I was typing.
Oh, I meant to look at it then.
I don't remember my hometown name anymore. It's been so long.
Valid.
Salad?
I said valid.
DM's got some hearing problems tonight.
No, salad.
Let's just call it Vanstein Ranch.
Sure.
Advancing Ranch?
Yep.
Advancing Ranch.
No, Vanstein.
Vancing Ranch.
Van Steen.
Van Steen. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Sorry.
German, not Romanian.
Von Stein Ranch. Cool.
Yeah, it would be Stein.
All right. If I mispronounce any of this, Dan, please allow it to be accurate.
Accurate to what you say.
Jeez. Soaz and Samara from Van Steen Ranch, right?
Mhm.
Is Van Steen Ranch
Yes.
well enough? Oh, actually, doesn't character. Is Van Steen Ranch well enough known that he will know where that is, or do I need to give him more direction?
He needs to know specifically a tree. Like a-
Specifically a tree.
Like a memorable tree. Like a big tree. A unique tree.
Do I need to communicate that to him, or is he aware of that ability? I'm sure he's aware. He just needs to know a tree in that village.
Yeah. I would say Stella's father is aware of that need, but for Stella, she's being like, hey, it needs to be somewhere recognizable.
Okay. Well, so if I tell him, the first pickup is at Vanstein Ranch of Soaz and Samara, he'll be able to achieve that. Is that correct?
I mean, he knows a lot of trees. He might know not. I don't know if he knows that specific tree on the ranch, but if you have a town they can travel to that has a known tree, she just like looks off in the distance, being like, "What is my life right now?"
And then the second trip is to Prosperity's Rise to pick up Delilah.
Yes, and we have to pick
Okay.
a tree in town. He'll probably know that one because Prosperity's Rise is a known place.
Do I need to communicate the trees to him?
Probably good with a description.
All right. And does Soaz and Samara know that he's coming?
No.
Not
But-
until we tell them, but they will absolutely drop what they're doing to help.
If you have an extra spell after
Well,
this
the
one, you
problem is
sent
I
another?
don't know them, and I've never. So I would. So I'm not able to send anything to them.
Maybe I should check my warden email box.
Yeah, perhaps your ring is available. That would be good timing. In the meantime, well, let's spend this spell. So I will send another spending. Spend another sending. Send another spending. Send another sending, and say first pickup is Soaz and Samara from Vanstein's Ranch. They might be unaware you're arriving.
Just say you're here on
And then
behalf of Silas.
The second one is going to say, then second pickup, Delilah from Prosperity's
Oh,
Rise.
so if you're going into the first, if that was the end of the first message,
It wasn't.
well, you said then the second. Oh, the second pickup. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah. So, and I had 10 words left. So, the second pickup is Delilah from Prosperity's Rise. We're here with her now. Any questions?
I
Where is Von Steen Ranch? I've never heard of that before.
All right.
I've
Where
been
is
to
Von?
Prosperity's Rise before. I can meet you there.
All right.
Where in the city?
All right. Well, we need to pick a place in the city. Is there a tree near our hotel? I'm sure there is.
There definitely is trees in the more sculptured part of the city.
But they're probably not rooted in the ground.
I mean, they'd be rooted in the ground, but that would be dirt that's set on top of stone. You'd probably be best looking for. I mean, he. It's not been too unrecently that he's been here. He'd probably be familiar with trees in the area. You probably would be well aware enough to look for something that's reasonably old. More than a decade or two. Something that's not just landscaping, something that is had some time here. So you could pick any park, anything like that. You could essentially find a tree in any quarter of the city to direct him to.
Is there would the courtyard count? Are there any trees in the courtyard that are
Absolutely. Yeah, like
All
the
right.
courtyard where you were like creating your water temple and stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah, where I'm about to go back to. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. There would be some trees you could refer to outside of the that wasn't the library, but you could very briefly describe in a few words like the oldest
The largest
tree in
in the courtyard.
whatever the square's name is.
Yeah, in the main square, because you said
Yeah.
it was like the main. Yep.
Yeah,
And then,
in the town square, the largest tree in the town square.
Perfect. And then I will say to Silas, he does not know where the ranch is. Is there a very close town or someplace I can send him?
Or a memorable tree. Something that's unique.
I can have them walk over to Starfall, but it's gonna take days for them to get there. It's to the east. Far east.
To the east. Well, he'll probably need more than that.
There's no tree that you can describe on your ranch. One that's like gnarled and has different type of bark on it or anything.
Just a large cherry blossom tree that blooms in the spring.
Well, does it have a little knot on it? Try to describe it as best as you can.
It's brown.
Silas,
with pink leaves.
describe the bark. What does the tree look like? Come on, you can do this. Does it have a knot in the center?
In the center of the tree? How do you see that if it's in the center?
Kind of look out and you look at the trunk and you see if it has a knot. Almost like it's been pulled in.
Does it have a knot or not? Sorry. Not a time for jokes, I know. Well, I mean, we could. I guess the only other possibility is to delay this, or to see if the warden is familiar with it and can teleport us there,
Well,
and then I can bring it back.
it'd be more like if he could pull people to the city, because
Well, if he
seems
can,
like
if he can get me there, then I can take them. I can bring them right back. My word of recall is for here.
okay. Well, we'll keep talking about this. And yeah, no, you go on your adventures. And if you can stop at the wardens and see if they're familiar with the ranch, that would be good. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, I know we have a sending to pick up. Or not a sending, a ring potentially to pick up. That could be very helpful, Silas.
It's ready.
So I guess I have your father awaiting some further instructions. Should I tell him we
don't
are trying to solve the Van Steen Ranch issue?
don't waste a spell. He's a pompous bastard. Yeah, just don't waste a spell. Do what you need to do today. If you have the ring ascending, then at the very least Silas can contact his siblings.
All right. Okay, I do have a few errands to run. When I come back, if you have any other ideas, let me know.
Thank you, Roos.
Perhaps Silas, you can check with the warden and see if he can get us close to there, and if so, then let me come with you, and I can bring them all back right away. I'll make sure I save a spell slot for that.
Okay.
I will. I'll be back shortly. Just have a few quick errands to run. Before I run them, does anyone else want to do anything, or should I? I know there's a lot of people. So.
I'm just
Hey,
wondering,
man.
how long did Sasha say it would take to make that fork, that tuning fork? Or was she just looking for it?
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. I think I had Ice put it on the calendar. It was aligned with something else. I know you shared the link today. Where was that? Campaign info. There we go.
Yeah, I don't think there was a time on the. Was there a time on the tuning fork?
There was. I told you to put it as the same as the needle. What date are you on, guys? On currently end session urgency.
The
Okay.
needle is the day after we're scheduled to leave.
Yeah. Oh man, which one did I have it on? Oh, didn't you guys have to get some raw materials for her first?
Oh, that's right. And
Yeah,
then
you guys had to get some raw materials before she could start work on it.
Okay, never mind then.
But okay, I remember now. It's in my notes. Sasha said that she's gonna look out for them and let Mara know.
Okay, and
There
that
is
was
no
kind
date
of
for this.
kind of similar to the ring of spell storing. Is that one was the what's his name? The Inquisitor Amelin was having Nakvaspira on the lookout for it, but it's not like something where there's a given timeline on it. It's
Right.
if he's
But-
able to find a connection.
But I thought with the ring, Silas has some like mailbox or something that they had a way to deliver it to him, or at least to let him know that they had it?
Yes, he does, and Stella also has a box on her that she's gotten some pamphlets through. So yes, they will get notified. Either Stella or Silas.
Okay, no, that was pretty much the only thing I wanted to check on before. Otherwise, Mara would just kind of hang out around town, you know, chat with people, do touristy stuff.
Okay. I know Roos and Luthien, you guys said you might need to take off early. Is there things around town you would like to resolve?
I do have
Luthien-
errands to run, but I'll default to Luthien first.
Yeah, Luthien was going to go to the Temple of Pelor before he leaves, because he knows we're leaving, so he's going to check it out. He's going to go there, he's going to walk in, look around, and see what he sees. He's going to try to be quiet. Like, he's not going to kick in the door, like, hope for the fucking vinyl scratch. You know, he's going to be very subtle. He'll walk in, see if there's like a mass happening, and check out the layout of the temple.
Yeah, so Pelor versus Nerul. Pelor is the god of light, correct?
Yes.
Okay. This building itself isn't really a temple. It's kind of a like, it's not a freestanding 360-degree building like a church or a temple. It's more kind of a building that's inset among others, like a row house, but it's well made. It's stone, but it's not completely its own thing.
Is there
It's
is there an altar?
yeah. So I mean, it's its own building, but it's completely surrounded by others. So it's not freestanding. It's in the middle of a city block. It stands out. It's got more ornate, almost older architecture, as if other things have been built around it. You open the door, and there's very few people inside. There is an altar in the middle. Up above, where, you know, in the middle of the city block, you wouldn't expect a lot of light to be getting in. It has almost a dome at the top with a glass iris that allows a whole bunch of light to come in, and it's beaming down. Currently it's not directly over the altar. It is it's offset, and people are just kind of waiting around. There's probably about 4 people in the temple.
4 people? Okay. Luthien is going to walk. He's going to walk up to the altar. If no one stops him or like says, "Hey, man, that's messed up," he's not going to like make a big deal of it. You know, he was going to be reverent and walk up to the temple and kneel down in front of it, and in his head to himself, Celestial will say this prayer. And next session you can choose if you don't want to acknowledge it at all, you can decide what you want to do with it. After that, that's all he's going to do. We can go to Matthew there.
How much time are you spending to do that? Just as much time as it takes to read it, or are you going to be spending a serious amount of time there?
Take some deep breaths. You know, he's not going to spend like an hour. He's going to go. He's going to gather himself and do his best to not be hateful towards the deity, at least, and try to put his feelings aside, like a genuine plea. But he's not gonna be there all night. He's gonna go there. He's gonna do his thing, and then he's gonna leave. We'll say hour.
So, as you're spending time there and you're saying this plea very slowly, methodically in your head, you see that the portal of light that's being cast by the iris above, it's beginning to move. I mean, it has been moving the whole time, but as you spend time, you're aware of its movement from one side of the room across to the next. Depending on if you're willing to wait for it or not, you'll be able to see if it gets close enough to the altar in the
Okay.
middle.
Yeah, if some weird supernatural shit happens, he'll stay to see it. I wanted to do it for like expedience
So it's
sake,
one of
so we
those
could get the
things
map.
where it's hard to tell if it's natural or if it's supernatural. This is a temple to the god of light. You know there is the sun above that moves, that casts shadows, and those shadows then move. As a light goes through a portal, it would begin to move. So if Luthien is reading significance into this beam of light that's coming in through the ceiling, would he be waiting to see where it goes, or would he be seeing the beam of light just as a circumstance of the architecture of the building is kind of the question.
That's really tough to say. Like really tough to say, because he wants to believe that Pelor is dead, is just like not a thing, like never was. I get back to you like next week on that one. That's a lot. That's a deep question.
We can pause with you at the altar. With that being said, and the portal of light that's coming down, it's moving in general towards the altar, but it's a slow movement, just as you would expect from how the speed of the sun is. So he says his plea and he sits there, and the sun is moving towards, or this portal of light is moving towards the altar, and it's taking some time, and it will be up to Luthien next week to how he reacts to
Man,
that.
that's
And
a tough one.
if he lingers along, because this is one of those things that's going to take time. It's probably going to take more than that hour threshold where he might be getting impatient.
Sure. Well, again, it's been 33. Yeah, he's 42. 9 years old would have been the last time he prayed. So I don't know that he would have had the patience to stay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm leaning to.
Yeah. So it's in general moving towards the altar, but it doesn't look like it's a direct path. It doesn't seem like it's motivated. So it's one of those things that's really tough about where is Luthien's faith.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the call now and say that he does not wait.
Okay. It's moving towards the altar, not directly.
Yeah, but if it's like where you would expect with the sun's movement and it's taking forever and it doesn't seem like really supernatural, I don't think he would have the patience. I really don't. I hate to say
Okay.
it because I I don't want to like miss out on something cool, but I really don't think he would have the patience for it.
All right. It's moving towards, but Luthien waits around about an hour or so, and just it's not happening for him. And he gets up, and he turns away, and he walks out.
Now that's not fucking poetic.
Or is it?
Come on, man. Ow.
Beautiful, beautiful.
The way you were narrating it, I thought it describes a lot about the character. Like,
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
you'll wait 30 years to ask, but you won't wait 1 hour for a response.
No.
So pot calling the kettle black.
Considering, okay, considering everything that Luthien has gone through.
Or it might just be the movement of the sun.
He doesn't know
No.
Doesn't.
the whole
No.
thing.
He kind of expects that Pelor's been dead for a long time at this point, or at least like he knows that he's hiding out in the like area between realms. So either he's gonna show up or he's not. Like I don't have the time to wait around. You know, he could have shown up at any point, but he didn't. Is he gonna show up in the next 45 minutes? Probably not. That's his thought process.
No,
That's valid.
I love it. I'm no shade. I love his approach to it. I wanted to lay out the situation and see how Luthien would respond, and that sounds like how Luthien would respond to it. So
Would I, as a player, want to know what the fuck would happen if he stuck around?
Maybe it'll still happen. That'd be interesting.
Maybe.
Someone else will get your response.
We'll see.
I, as a player, am going pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Well, I can do Roos's hopefully quickly.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Roos leaves, and he still has a really big smile on his face. Like just constant smile, and he's like whistling to himself, and he there's a shopping area, right, with some well-known stores.
Yes, there's multiple shopping areas in the city. There's some that are like super bougie. Then there are, general stores. Then there is the city beneath the city. Then there is like the docks. So really, any degree that you're looking for, you can find something.
Roos is looking for a couple items that are going to go on or around his head. He's looking for a helmet for a Loxodon, not like a full helmet, like just a top helmet, some sort, and goggles. So probably would start at an armory, or like an armorer, or something similar. Like a light armor, not heavy armor place.
Okay. So before we get started, I don't think there actually are mechanically helmets in D&D.
That's fine. He figured he's going to have to get something made very quickly, and it may not look that great. Going to a blacksmith is not out of question as well.
Yeah. So from a mechanical perspective, what are you looking for? Are you looking for something that increases your AC? Are you looking for something that has magic resistance? Are you looking for something that's ornamental? Because that's going to make a big impact in how I roll as a DM.
So here's, I can give away the spoilers if you want to know what he's looking for.
And if you want to just DM me about it, I can respond there as well.
I can tell you this. He would be curious to see if there was anything, if there was a store that had magical items, because he's looking for a specific magical item. He would just stop in and ask. He's not going to wait around for things to get made. He doesn't have time.
Yeah.
The helmet is it does not need to add anything to his AC. Although he is going to think that it's going to potentially protect him a little bit more from a big fall.
Yeah.
That's what he's going for. So it's just for his own comfort. It's ornamental, but no mechanics to it. But in his mind, it's going to help him.
Roll a Oh, this would be the reverse of an insight check. No, just roll an insight check.
All right, and what he? Oh crap! 10. He's aware that this is not necessarily going to help him. It's like what he's gone through is important in his people's in the magic user of his people, like that, knowing that he can now fly. So he's almost trying to, like, like the helmets that you would see like in like old Cambodian art and certain, like, this is more of like a thing he would wear ornamentally, but having it will give him confidence, right? It's like does that make sense?
So like a cap with like the little like propeller on top.
Basically, it's like this is like
beanie.
This is the sort of thing that would have been. This is the sort of thing that would have been in the artwork of the sorcerers that came years and years before him. It doesn't look exactly like it. It's just basically a helmet that goes on their head, like with a strap under his chin.
So he's Bullwinkle.
Yes, basically, yes, something similar to that.
Yeah. Or is that Rocky? I think that's Rocky.
That is Rocky. Yeah, that is Rocky.
Okay.
He realizes he's gonna have to get it made, most likely. So that's and then he does want to stop in one place, into a magic store, just to ask if they have a certain thing. Those are his two objectives.
So yeah, we'll say they have a cap for novice flyers, because there are creatures like Aarakocra that come here, and they want to protect their noggin.
But the difference in head size is pretty significant.
They can adapt. It's not
Okay.
off the shelf, but you're explaining to them what you're looking for, and
Yeah,
they understand. I, as a DM, now understand what you're looking for, and they understand what you're now looking for, and they can adapt that. Something to make you feel safer while you're undergoing some potentially dangerous activities that you've not
Yes.
participated in the past.
Can we do that in character briefly?
I feel like it almost was in character.
All right, that's fine. We'll let that go. Because he's also going to ask for goggles.
Oh, goggles, of course. Like, you've got to protect your eyes.
Yes. Well, I'm worried about the speeds that I might be able to travel. I mean, 30 feet per. I know it's not anything compared to what you guys do, but it would, bugs in my eyes and that. I don't, I want to be able to see where I'm going as well. So, I know my head is quite large, but if there's anything you could do, I am leaving tomorrow, so I'll pay extra to have it done today if modifications are possible.
Oh, of course. Goggles are a necessity. Have you ever ridden a bicycle?
I have not. Is that one of those penny farthing contraptions they have in some of the other cities?
I don't know what that means, but
Well,
when you're
it's
traveling
a
at a
big
high
wheel
rate
of
of speed,
small
you
wheel.
get all kinds of bugs in your mouth and your teeth and your eyes, and it can get quite distracting.
Yeah. The trunk will protect the mouth, but the eyes, however, the ears can protect them, but then I can't see. So yes, exactly. You understand. Well, great.
Absolute necessity. And I'm sure you need a neck gaiter as well to keep them from getting down within your jacket.
Yeah. I mean, I might as well. But if you have it, what is the cost for all this, and when should I be back? I have one more place to stop.
He'll spend like 15 minutes upselling you, and it eventually evolves into about 2 gold.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give him 5 gold. I'm going to say, since you're doing it in such a hurry, here is 5 gold. And can I be back in 2 hours? I have an appointment I would love to make. Or is that not enough time?
For 5 gold? Yes, I can make that work. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'll be back in 2 hours. Let me just, there you are. There's the 5 gold. I've removed it from my inventory. And can you point me in the way of the closest magic shop for magical items? Nothing too fancy, but I just need a quick other item.
What kind of magical items?
Well, I'm looking for anything that might have feather fall, actually. Just as another added precaution, just a ring or an earring or Anything. That might give me featherfall. I have another way to protect myself, but I would like that extra caution.
There's actually a very interesting item. Oh god, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, a balloon pack.
A what? Sorry?
A balloon pack. I've got a balloon pack.
A balloon pack? All right. Well, what exactly is a balloon pack? Hold on, I'm looking it up. Wondrous item, uncommon. This backpack contains the spirit of an air elemental and compact leather balloon. While you're wearing the backpack, you can deploy the balloon as an active and gain the effect of a levitate spell for 10 minutes. Target yourself, requiring no concentration. Audibly, you can use for the balloon you're filling. Oh. But I have to be wearing the backpack. That's fine. That's hilarious. Yes. I will definitely take this item if you have a balloon.
It's 92 gold pieces.
92. Well, let's is well, that's well, you know, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's my life after all. Here you are, 92 gold piece. I'm pretty much out of money, but that will work. Well, let me go one more stop, and I'll come back for those in just a moment. And Bruce walks out, still kind of smiling in that, and goes to the closest bar. And grabs and asks for a very tall, very strong drink. Not enough to knock him out, he's an elephant, but enough to like take the edge off completely. And he sips it for a good hour. And then walks around for another hour and then heads back to the store. What does it cost for the drink? I just want to speed this up for everyone.
1 silver.
1 silver. He puts down a whole gold because he's just not thinking straight, and says, "Thank you. If you're, it's a very exciting day for me. Very exciting day. Are we near the courtyard?
No, I mean, kinda. I mean, it would be like a 15-minute walk, but I mean, that's
Okay,
close within the city.
Then nothing else. Then I'm going to go back to the store, and after walking around to pass time, really giddy and nervous, I will go back to the store for my fitting.
Okay, so I wanted to describe the goggles to you. They're like steampunk kind of like motorcycle goggle type things, but your eyes are very small, but they're far apart. So these just have a very long strap between them. They're not like super large. They're these, it's almost like swimmer's goggles, those little tiny things, except the strap between them is like 2 feet wide. So it's these little tiny lenses that are super far apart and like they're strapped around and they fit well and they work really well, but they look really goofy.
I love it.
And also I want to say that I saw that balloon pack as an item and I wanted it to be a thing. And I'm like, no, this is a stupid item. No one's going to want this or have to use this. And the fact that you asked for it, I was like, oh my God, I know there's this thing. There's an item that is that thing. So I am super excited as a DM to get to sell you a balloon pack.
Well, I'm not quite done yet. I want to have the final payoff for everyone, and then I'll be done. So great. I tried this all on, and I look absolutely ridiculous. But is there a mirror in the location?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, this is perfect. It's almost like I'm looking at the drawings of the sorcerers before. Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this so quickly. I'm gonna go. In case you haven't figured it out, I have recently been I've reached a level of my development where I can now fly and summon, and get wings upon myself, and I'm very excited to go try them out. So I'm going to go to the courtyard and give them a go.
He's just absolutely like confused, but in awe.
Oh well, come along if you want. If you want, you can come and I'll show you. I haven't seen them yet. I'm really curious to see what the wings look like as well.
Watch an elephant fly? Yeah, that will be a delight.
All right, yeah, come along, come along. And Roos is, as he's walking to the courtyard, which I'm not sure is too far away. He's gonna have his drum, and he's gonna be pounding on his drum like lightly, like I'm just saying. All right, everyone, I'm going to take my first flight. First flight, elephant's going to fly. Yes, headed to the courtyard if anyone wants to come. And that's what I'm just gonna bat all the way to the courtyard.
Everyone will completely not believe you, but follow along to witness this insanity because it sounds interesting. It sounds incredibly interesting.
I have Nugget too under my arm. So I'm gonna do all this. Is everyone okay with me finishing this up, or am I taking too much time?
Go for it.
All right. So Roos will get to the courtyard. He'll clear his throat, and he will say, "And Dan, I'm going to give you some license to make this what you want when I get to a certain point." I'll say, "Well, without too much explanation, I am from the land of the Vrarus expanse up north, and you may not have heard of it, but some of my people are magic users. I am one of them, and at a certain age, after a certain amount of time, some of us mature to the point of being able to, believe it or not, manifest wings and fly. I recently turned 350 years old, and well, I do have a good amount of time, I hope, in front of me. I am a little late to this, but I am sure things will go well, thanks to this gentleman here who made me these wonderful goggles and helmets and sold me this balloon pack, which is that sounds like an elephant word. Balloon, it sounds great. I'm going to learn that one. And with my trusty chicken here, I'll set her down. Nugget, stay, Nugget. Give her a nut. Many of you may have seen this before, and I will cast Temple of the Gods and make the giant temple around me. This is, I am unfortunately leaving town. This is the last time I can cast this for a while, but I hope you all enjoy it. Here goes nothing. Let me cast, Temple of the Gods.
I think it takes you an hour to cast that, right?
Oh, I would have probably. Yeah, you're right. I might have.
So you'd have to be making a big show of this for a while.
Yeah, can we flavor that I kind of time it that way?
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe not. No, if not, I can undo it. Never mind. I don't need to do Temple of the Gods. Never mind. That was just for show. You're right. It takes an hour. I need to remember that about the spell. Okay, so never mind about Temple of Gods. Well, here we go. An elephant flying. And I will. I'm assuming I can use a bonus action out of combat anytime, right?
Yeah.
So I will cast. I will do whatever it is to get otherworldly wings. Roos, my vision here, Dan, is that the wings are in fact butterfly wings.
Yeah, that's fine.
And they do have like a water sort of sheen to them. They're kind of, they look like they're moving even when they're not, sort of thing. So they're like water butterfly wings, but they're not actually water. They just have they play with the light in a way that makes it look like they are.
Yeah, they're various shades of blue that, as they're kind of flapping minimally, it kind of looks like a flow of water.
Roos is unaware of the size that these wings will be. So you can surprise me.
They have to be big enough that they can understandably lift an elephant-shaped creature. So, I mean, you're a medium creature. You're probably about
7'7",
7 foot tall. So your wingspan is probably about 16 feet.
Oh my god.
Yes, incredible.
Oh my god! All right. Well, okay. They pop out, and I'm like, well, I wanted to test this before showing my friends. So
I thought that was a conservative estimate on there.
yeah, it probably is, knowing that they have to live. I'm 7'7" and like 350 pounds or something like that. So, but I'll take it. I'll take it. They're way bigger than I thought they'd be. And I look over at the man who made the creature, whoever it was who made me the gear, and I give him like the equivalent of 2 thumbs up, and I start flapping my wings.
In the context of your 16-foot wingspan, the little tiny goggles look ridiculous.
What happens when I flap those wings?
Can I just interject and say I really, really, really want art for this scene right now?
I'll see what Dolly can do for you.
Oh yes.
Yes, please.
And yes, you gain a flying speed of 30 feet until
right.
incapacitated.
I'm assuming I am completely unpracticed, and I probably just like a teenager putting their foot on the gas. I just boom, just fly forward.
It's all gotta be flavor, because there's no such thing as proficiency in flying. But yeah, you've never done this before.
Now, Matthew, you know there is not an art to flying, but a knack.
Oh
It
yes,
lies in throwing yourself at the ground and missing.
and missing. Oh my god, this is wonderful.
It's not flying; it's falling with style.
It is. It's falling in style.
He's also going to balance with the extra weight in the front of his face with the very long trunk.
So
Exactly.
Roos, as the showman, will fly 30 feet, and then 60, and then he'll see if he can do some loops and get good, and he'll get up to a few hundred feet.
Rolling acrobatics.
Okay, all right. This is going to be bad, most likely. Did that come through or no?
It did not.
Oh crap! It's a 12. No, it's 11 because I'm -1. Sorry. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not good. I mean, but to be fair, this is your first time flying, and not many elephants have flown in the past. So
So he makes a batch of it, and then he gets to about like 200 feet or so, and then decides, is there a crowd gathered?
oh, absolutely. There's an elephant running around claiming he's gonna fly, and then he pops
doing
out
it.
butterfly wings.
Okay, is there an open area, a safe open area in the courtyard?
Yeah,
But
you're over the courtyard proper.
Perfect. Okay, then I will. Roos will say, I mean, the whole time he's laughing and screaming and having fun and just being silly, but he is going to open his arms out, his wings all the way, getting that full stretch, and then he is going to dismiss the wings at a couple hundred feet and start, I'd imagine, falling.
Yep.
And,
If you dismiss your wings, you lose your fly speed.
Yep. So he's going to keep falling, and he is going to, until it's dramatic enough, till he's probably going to fall a good 150 feet of the 200 feet, and then he is going to cast Dimension Door, which he's going to have to do at a higher spell because he's used so many sendings. He's going to cast Dimension Door as a 5th level spell. And then appear behind. Sorry, I got too many things going up here. Clear all. Dimension Door. He's going to just pop in behind the crowd in like a ta-da moment with the Dimension Door.
How far did you have to fall to get you? You said you flew up for a few seconds and then you fell until you were at 150 feet?
No, I flew up to about 200 feet. I flew for a while and then got up to like 200 feet. And then I just spread out my wings and dismissed the spell and started falling. And when I fell to like 50 feet above the ground, I cast the spell.
Okay, so how long did you fall before you cast the spell?
Whatever that time would be to fall 150 feet.
To fall 150 feet. Okay. Momentum is maintained.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's why I kind of need that that clear area, right? Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Well, no time like the present to learn. I said it, and I will stick with this mistake.
So you allow yourself to free fall for about 150 feet.
Yes.
Luckily, there's a terminal velocity there that you hit. You teleport down, but you're still falling at the same rate. And you take 43 bludgeoning damage as you smack into the ground.
That is acceptable. I will take that damage and then I will stand up. I didn't hurt anyone else, right? I'll look around and make sure anyone.
No, yeah, you're good.
Okay, I'll say, oh, whoa, this is going to take some time, and I will cast heal on myself.
And you're back up to full.
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. And that's it. Hopefully the crowd responds well to that.
There is like a gasp of horror as you slam into the ground at a tremendous rate. Not only were you falling fast, but then just snap, you flipped to right before the ground and then pummeled into it. And it's like there's this huge cloud of dust, and you just like stand up and you kind of brush off your arms and cast heal on yourself. And like you're clearly shooken, but you heal it all up and you're like, yeah, no problem.
Perfect. There we go. Thank you all. That was enjoyable.
I love that you went from one flying character to one that eventually was able to fly again and still did not learn your lesson.
No, and honestly,
Things.
I didn't even know this was possible with a sorcerer until literally I leveled up and then this popped up and I was like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. So thank you all for letting me have that moment. And now I know what my wings look like, so that's good. But you all don't. You don't know. Not yet.
No idea.
When you were describing this, because we do not have art to go with it, I still have that Neopets fairy elephant in my mind. That's all I was seeing, this fairy elephant.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
I absolutely know what I'm using my Dolly credits on. And I've been so hooked on that Dolly that I've been like looking into ways to like run an application locally where I have more control over it and use my own GPU. But like, yeah, that AI art stuff is really fun to play with.
Well, thank you all for letting me indulge in that a bit. That got me through the entire day. I was like, I need to get to fly tonight. That's all that matters.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys would like to resolve before you I mean, we'll still have the night and the morning before you guys take off, but coming into the next day you'll be heading off presumably to Sonoria.
Yeah. I think me and Ice Rose have
Yes.
one last thing for the day.
Yeah.
And we'll have to not now, obviously, but we have to connect with your dad still later, like next week.
Yes. Probably next week.
I'm gonna mute, and I will probably hop off here in a little bit. I won't interrupt. I'll just say goodnight in this
Good
Slack.
night.
Good night.
Yeah. We'll preemptively good night you.
Yeah, that's correct. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, so after Stella talks to Roofs, she'll start heading up to her room because somebody pointed out that she didn't quite get the whiskers off her face.
I should follow. Like
So she-
stealthily and far away enough that you probably don't realize it until she slips in the door into your room.
Yeah. Stella goes straight for like whatever water basin situation there is and just starts trying to wash her face and then sees Ice Rose in the mirror in the back and be like,
You
Hi.
see a small smirk on Ice's face.
"Oh, you're proud of your work."
I thought I looked cute.
It is cute, but probably I don't know. I don't know what you drew this on with.
You. Hmm. She'll kind of just point in the general direction of Stella. You changed your hair.
Mm-hmm. I
Is
mean,
it
it was just getting long, you know.
longer than it usually is?
Yeah, it's been a couple of months.
Is that a? Does that mean anything for your people?
I mean, she kind of thinks about it for a second. I mean, a lot of the hunters have their hair braided. It's just to, keep it out of the way and sometimes you just don't have time to think about your appearance.
Yeah, she'll gesture to her own braids and go, "You've never worn that style before."
I guess not. I guess it's new.
Why? Why that one?
There's a lot going on. We have other priorities.
Yeah. And Ice will turn back to the door and she'll walk over to the door. And as she opens the door, you'll see her shoulders kind of slump. And you'll hear, just barely hear, "I was afraid this would happen."
No, no, no. What?
And she'll leave.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Shut the door.
She's gone.
Shit! Ice Rose! Just screaming down the hallway. You come back here and you explain that to me. What do you mean by that?
She's gone unless you're chasing her.
I'm chasing her. I'm chasing her down the hallway.
She's in her room. She's just like ignoring her and heading back to. Actually, you know what? We're heading back to the dining room, common room.
Okay. Yeah, no. Stella will chase her back downstairs.
Does Silas still have the mirror out?
I'm not
That
sure
would have
where
been
that's going.
resolved. That would have been resolved earlier, but I'll message you what that's about.
Okay, so has he put the mirror away?
Long ago. Long ago.
To be fair, after that vision, once I get it, I would have given the mirror back to Luthien because I have no use for it anymore.
Did I clock that transfer? I'll roll if I need to. Sorry, I know it's a bit messy to like sort out through all the conversations.
I mean, Silas wasn't exactly trying to hide it. I think he just did it in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing Luthion's gone by now.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I think at this point you've got Stella in your face. That's all you've got
Yep.
to worry about.
Yep, and that's her reaction. She walks in. Shit.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I saw you with, and she gestures towards Stella's hair. I saw you with that.
You saw me with braids. When?
In the mirror.
That was
I
a while
looked.
ago, by the way.
Yeah, it was a hot minute ago. With that particular style, and quite frankly, looking as stressed out and tired as you are now. And for once, you see Ice just look very, very apologetic. And nothing changed. I saw you with your mother still frozen with Anihata.
She just kind of gives a deep sigh and says, don't think that mirror, at the very least, it doesn't have everything set in stone. Sure, it could predict that I'm gonna braid my hair at some point, and she like sits next to you. And maybe the situation with Anihata is gonna take longer to solve, but doesn't necessarily mean anything bad.
I know, Stella, but that also means that there is a potential for everything else I saw in there to come true. A war on the material realm with celestials, devils, demons against us.
I mean, you're right.
I don't know what we need to do to change that.
We can only do the best that we can with the circumstances that we have. And as much as it sucks to say that, it's what we can do. So we're going to gather the information that we can from Bruce. We're going to get Silas's daughter somewhere relatively safe with my dad. And we'll try to gather allies and head over there. But there's also no guarantee that if that vision is going to come true, that's going to happen within the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months, the next couple of years. We just don't know. But we'll do everything that we can with what we know. Knowing that what the mirror shows you might not be the entire truth. It's just, I don't know, it's just a path. Possibility, right?
It is. And Ice will look at Silas. What did you see? And we can end there if you want. Because then you guys haven't resolved that yet.
So I'll just go ahead and say it now.
Okay.
For Silas, he saw a Kazgroth that looked much younger than the one they fought in the vision. And he was fighting as a lieutenant under a much, much more powerful demon who still seemed to be reigning over the land. They ripped through a battlefield and slayed thousands. And as the last man fell, they raised them all again in their service.
All right.
Do
What does Silas tell Ice Rose?
do I reckon? I guess I won't recognize the area, but would
You
Ice
would not-
recognize it?
Ice was not nearby. You were describing this to her. It was a plains, a lowland. I don't think you'd get enough detail through this vision. It's mainly locked on the characters at play. But the creature that Kazgaroth seems to be a lieutenant to is a large red-skinned creature with a huge mace or a wand, large bat-like wings, and almost a animalistic skull for a head with huge horns, draped in skulls and gold chains. Ice, this sounds like Orcus.
Did Silas tell me though?
I'll tell you everything I saw.
Do I recognize anything from his description? Oh, well, you said it's focused on the creature
Yeah,
stuff.
it's mainly on the creatures. Yeah.
Young Kazaroth and Orcus.
Who are they fighting? Or is it humans? Is it elves? Like who are they fighting?
These were elves.
High elves?
Yes.
Moon elves?
Hard to tell.
I don't think you would get that detail of a description from me.
That's fair. Hang on.
Knife ears would probably be the term.
Does Stella have knife ears?
Ice, how dare you use that term? That's incredibly racist.
Oh my god. Stella's ears are slightly pointed.
Okay. Ice will ask, are they... And she'll point to her own ears. Are they more like this? Or and she'll point to Stella's, or like that? Or both?
Closer to ice.
Sorry, I'm just waiting in case Silas was going to say something.
This is out of my realm.
I mean, they said the demon looked younger, right? So this was a fight that happened in the past, presumably.
Must be, but what we fought was a memory, right?
Yeah, somebody already fought this guy, and I don't know if they won or lost. I mean,
As-
presumably they lost because this guy's still out there, right?
That would be the presumption.
So it's a
as far as I know, we've never faced Orcus. We faced Kazgaroth. We've never faced Orcus. DM, can I do a roll on, I guess, I don't know if it's elf demon history, to see if I know of any lore about elves fighting Orcus? Or elves being raised as undead?
Yeah.
History?
Yep.
Do I get advantage from this or not? Because I know I'm asking about, like...
I would say no, because it would also be at disadvantage because of how long ago it was. So that cancels out.
There. That's a shit roll.
No, as far as what you're aware of, the conflict has always been against Khazgaroth trying to bring back Orcus or trying to summon Orcus. You don't know about Orcus ever having been actually in play, in pocket, in the way that it would affect your specific geopolitics.
Do I know of any elven history about undead elves? And I'll also ask Stella if she knows anything.
Can I roll a history check?
Sure, but it's going to be a very high DC, just as a disclaimer.
That's fine. Yep, no nothing.
Nothing about undead elves.
This is not our area of expertise.
So, just as a point of clarification, is undead typically has been something that you've associated with liches and necromancy, and that's almost become something that's known as a thing from the material plane because of the way it's been used. That, you're used to extraplanar incursions, but undeath is seen as something that originates from the material plane itself historically.
And that's what I was trying to discern with trying to figure out the history behind if I knew anything about undead elves. It's like, did this happen here? Did this happen somewhere else? Like, how far back? Lots of questions.
Yeah. So I'm not going to make you roll another roll, but for Ice Rose specifically, because you've had the interactions with what's his butt? Edorin. There have been accusations of necromancy and lichdom hurtled towards him. But he is very much of this plane. And you would know that that's been in history associated with factions that are very much about keeping the material plane separate from other planes. Is lichdom has been kind of the pinnacle of using the power of the material plane to repel other planes because of your knowledge of undeath.
Last question. I'm guessing I have to roll this at disadvantage. Would I have any inkling if the magic of necromancy might originate from Orcus?
Um,
And Ice is not an arcane character, so I absolutely will take whatever I don't know about this.
Yeah, so if you want to roll this, it's going to be at disadvantage, and it's going to be at a very high DC because evidence that's been presented is heavily in favor of different hypotheses.
Okay. Arcana, I'm guessing?
That would be history.
Oh, it's history. Okay.
You can't tell that it originates from there.
Okay.
With this vision, we have no choice but to assume that we have Khazgaroth, Orcus, and the undead to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, at least in the past, we don't know how far back this goes.
This goes either this happened on a different plane or this goes beyond 10,000 years because that's how long we've been fighting Kasparov. That's how long that I know Orcus has not been on this plane.
Yeah.
2,000 years.
So it's at the very least good to know. We can still gather our allies, but I think still the one play at the very least is to have a smaller group go into the area and see what's going on. Because I presume with craziness of planes interfering with other planes and whatnot, that not many people are traveling there and not many, not much information is getting out.
Well, no, the Moonshay that where Kaskaroth rules blocks in. I'm blanking on my own history. What's the name? Hang on. Moonshay, where Kaskaroth rules, blocks Corwell and Sonoria from the rest of the world by land.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well, we need at least an idea. Can't just march it in armies blind. So we still need to, I think, we'll take it day by day. And if it gets too dangerous, we'll pull out. But if, I think we should still go in that direction, use Roos's contacts and anyone else that we can muster that would be willing to stand behind us if there's a worst case scenario.
I agree, and unless we come across anything else that's more imminent, I think investigating the story of mass resurrection of undead that Mara's friend told her about is probably first on that list.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem.
Okay, we have a plan.
A semblance of a plan.
I'm going shopping. If you need me to get anything, let me know. And then she will turn, like, immediately after saying that, just turn around to Delilah and pull out an owl bison feather. Delilah, have you ever seen one of these before?
Oh no, what's that from?
It's an owl bison. I think your dad might be able to tell you a little bit more about this, but you can have this one. And she kind of tickles Delilah under the ear with it.
An owl bison? Was it cute?
Your dad tell you about that one, and she'll like shove the feather in her hand and like walk away.
Actually, was that when we were with Claudia? I don't think I was there.
I don't think you were.
I don't think you were, but Ice just yeah.
For the record, owl bison were terrifying creatures.
Yes. I think the art you shared was so cute though.
It was adorable.
But yes.
Stella will just go into a quick story about the owl bison and what happened there and how we did not fight them.
Stella wasn't there either.
Was I not there? I thought I came in like the
You-
last second.
You two were off training.
Yeah.
Right. Then in that case, Stella will just look between Silas and Delilah and be like, I think we need to wait for Roos to tell this story. He's really good at telling these stories. Trying to remember who was there.
Yeah,
You guys were essentially in a sensory deprivation tank at the time.
I don't think Mara was there either.
No.
Yeah, Mara was at camp.
Yep.
It was Roos, Ice, Naya, and Luthien.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think Stella will be like, we just need to wait for Roos. He's really good at telling stories. But otherwise, I'll leave the
two of you to do. I need to take a nap. Hang on to that feather because Roos will come back later tonight and he'll tell you the story. Otherwise, I'm gonna go up, and she just starts climbing the 2 steps it takes to get to her room. Just being extremely awkward about it, and just gives.
Why is it so daytime right now?
Yes, very much. Stella still looks very bad. Good morning, good night. I'll talk to you later. And then she just heads into her room to take a nap.
All right. Shall we pick up next week?
Yeah.
All right. As you guys are ready to start heading down towards Moonshay, we'll end it.